you're here at SEMA. It looks like you're always making reputable builds. How many builds like this would you say you have going on kind of currently?
I've got 3 in progress currently.
Oh, something of this caliber.
Yeah.
And you're pretty much, not to say popping them out, but you're taking your time, you're designing them. All of them are going to have their own fitting, their own personality.
Yeah.
I really like that about your build, and you really like to try to do something that's different. I mean, looking at the back of these seats, that alone is just a different look. You know, how you did the back wraparound.
Yeah, so the goal with this was so that with the owner, I try to take into consideration every owner that we work with,
Okay.
shop we work with, they're going to have their own specific taste. And, I'll get a vision for what it is, and then more or less try to marry that with what
the client wants.
Biggest thing with this was not to steal the original feel. Like, we want to do something that was timeless. But, in 20 years, if the car's still this way, it still has this interior, it's still going to look good.
It looked like it could possibly be factory. I say that a lot. It has the factory feel. Maybe it was a special edition, at the time, but that's what you achieved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's typically our goal, is not, like marry with the spirit of the car kind of.
Correct. I mean, if you looked at this car, you didn't know anything about cars, you go, wow, look at this beautiful factory looking right here.
One thing that we did with this build was we wanted to emulate a lot of the factory look with, so even with the console, the entire console is 3D printed.
Okay.
So we have a 3D printed console. So when I designed this, I actually took
the whole console's 3D printed, not just the lid.
Everything is 3D printed.
Wow.
Okay. It's a 3D printed piece.
Okay.
So the biggest goal with that was actually to take the factory console from the car, redesign it, modernize it slightly, widen it a little bit, make it look like a more modern console.
Okay.
But still have that factory feel to it, and that was kind of the goal with this, was still make it look like it was supposed to be in the car.
Yeah, definitely, just updated very elegantly.
So everything we did too, like design and built the steering wheel, all the gauge pod, 3D printed housing for the double din.
I was going to say the double din, that definitely stands out in the dash. That's not factory. They didn't come with screens in the factory, but it looks factory.
Yeah, we wanted it to look and integrate the feel like it was supposed to be. Not like you just cut a hole in the dash and stuck it in.
Sure. You even wrap the chrome up here, make everything blend in and flow really nice.
Door handles are actually 3D printed.
I like how you bulged it out just a little bit. That's a really nice touch. It gives it that cool design, but it still has that flat look, because these doors are really flat from the factory.
Oh yeah.
So you got to be careful. People forget, they get so creative with how they build their design. Sometimes the door won't shut.
That's one of the biggest challenges with these cars, is because they're not made to have very thick door panels.
No.
So the door panel actually is curved. The whole face of that is curved.
Oh, okay.
Which allows it to be thinner on that outside edge. So that way you still have the factory, they close just like factory door.
And you talked a little bit about some CNC stuff. You've had the ability to grow your shop a little bit.
Absolutely.
What advanced technologies do you have? Kind of brag on yourself a little bit.
So we've fortunately we've been able to upgrade. So we run a Laguna CNC table for by
Laguna CNC table. I'm going to say everywhere I've went, that seems to be the table of choice.
It's pretty solid.
Okay.
True industrial.
Shout out to Laguna.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a Laguna Tools. It's an EX150, so it's a large format laser.
Okay.
CO2 laser.
All right. So you have a router and a laser.
W50 Epsilon large format 3D printer.
Okay, so you're 3D printing. Are you scanning too? Are you able to scan it? So you got a full scanner.
We use it's Creaform, it's PL3D.
Okay.
So we're using the PL3D for all of our 3D scanning. I also have a ProLiner, which is a point-to-point digitizing system.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The logic trace board as well.
So you're pretty much at the pinnacle. I mean, with technology, you're running at the top of the game.
We're really trying to pull, like I said, any chance we get to upgrade and equipment, it's really transform our business.
Yes.
Really to play at this level.
And it's the caliber and to play at this level that you kind of have to be.
You have to.
Yeah, because when you're talking a six-week timeline, you can't do this by hand.
No.
There's no way. I mean, you had a hard time doing it with the equipment that you have and the technology that you have, but you definitely pulled it off. You nailed this. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Welcome back to SEMA, and thanks for giving me an interview.
Love it every time.
All right.